Bates, and we're from Shoreline School in Wetzel County.
Filtration is one of the oldest water purification process from ancient civilization in Egypt to date. The method has evolved to become one of the most reliable for clearing most easily. The process utilizes a filtering media that blocks different contaminants while allowing water to pass through. Unlike other processes, filters can be used to retain specific trace elements that are desirable for water consumption. The process is also easy, fast, and does not require an additional source of energy. It is therefore an expensive method that can be used in both small and large-scale applications.
Our question was, how can we naturally you see that word for me? Thank you. Water. Out of naturally occurring materials, our hypothesis is that rocks will filter the water the best. The water from the pond was contaminated with dirt particles. To do my first experiment to filter the water, I put rocks in a funnel and put the funnel in a cup. I then proceeded to pour the water into the cup. The first time I caught some of the mud, and as I continued pouring the water back over the rocks after it is filtered, it began to clear. To filter the water with gravel, I did the same procedure, but instead of rocks, I used gravel. As I continued putting the water in the funnel, the gravel caught the majority of dirt particles. When I drew my conclusions, I decided gravel filters the water the best. And my observations were that as I filtered the water, I had to clean the mud out of the rocks, and the gravel caught more of the dirt because the spaces in between the gravel pieces are smaller than between the rocks. That's the difference.
And I did mine. The water from the pond was contaminated with many particulates. To do my first experiment, I first heated the water in the microwave for 5 minutes. I took it out to realize that a small portion had evaporated but was still contaminated. Next, I put the cup back in the microwave for 5 more minutes. The water evaporated even more and was still contaminated. In conclusion, heat works well for bacteria but not for proteins.
My observations were most of the water evaporated and most of the particulates settled in the very bottom of the cup.
The pond water was contaminated with mud. We decided to decontaminate with plants. Our first attempt, we put cattails from the pond into a funnel. Next, we placed the funnel into a plastic beaker to run the water through the grass and into the beaker to try and filtrate the pond water into clear water. That plan didn't work as well as we hoped, so next we then tried grass, plants, and flowers to attempt to filter the water from the pond. We put the water through the funnel, and we decided that our second attempt worked the best. And our observations was the dead plants made the water more brown, and most of the particles went down in the cup plus more.
I did filtration with sand. I started out with bagged sand, solo cups, sharp pointy object, cheap cloth beakers, and samples from a nearby pond. Then I went to test and build my experiment. For step 1, I started out by putting really small holes in the bottom of the blue solo cup. Step 2, I put some of the bagged sand in the bottom of the cup with the really small holes. I put the cup with the sand in it over a tall beaker to catch falling water so I could see the outcome. After I put the cup over the beaker, I poured a cup of my testing samples from the pond into the cup. After I completed my experiment, I observed the water that filtered through the holes in the cup. I saw that the water was clean, but it was foggy from the dust on the sand. So then I decided to rinse the sand by putting water in it, then dumping it out over and over again until the water is clean that I poured off the sand. After that, I put the wet sand in some cheesecloth and patted it dry. The final step was to do the steps over again, but with the clean sand instead of the dirty sand. The first experiment with the dirty sand was a fail. However, the next experiment with the clean sand was a success. The dirty pond water is now clean. And this is sand, that's water.
Then we have to do like our experiment, like
Demonstration.
this is the sand water or the water from the pond now. But whenever I pour it into a cup of the sand, it starts to drip, and the sand picks out all the particles and stuff, and it becomes clean water.
And whenever I do the gravel one, all I do, this is the very calm water, and I pour it in, and the gravel catches like most of the dirt. And then I do the same thing with the rocks. And that's it. And the sand cleans it better. Our hypothesis was wrong.
We discovered that the sand is the best thing to filtrate water.
Okay, guys, questions. What questions does our group have?
What type or size of rocks did you use to filter with?
We just use,
Aquarium beads.
well, we use aquarium for the
Gravel.
gravel.
It's just this stuff.
Wow.
So if you were going to do this experiment again, what would you change? What would you focus in on, or do you feel like just sand is the answer, and that's a good method? I noticed that it takes a while for the water to go through the sand where it went quickly through the gravel and rocks.
I do continue to pour the water back in the gravel and rocks. It makes it cleaner. You can't do that with rocks.
Well, I did do some research, and a college from Rice College from Texas actually created a super sand. If you cover it in oxide of graphite, it goes through the water quicker, and it's better filtration. It's faster and filtrates it better.
If you were to boil and do the sand filtration, do you think the water would be safe to drink?
Well, if you filter it first with the sand and then you boil it, then it would be safe
But
because
it would kill all the bacteria and that would get all the dirt and stuff out.
Any other questions? Anything else that from doing this project that surprised you outside of the result?
You're surprised that the sand worked.
That the rocks didn't.
Yeah, finer sand works better than more coarse sand because the water, it's like this, more coarse sand doesn't pick up as much dirt as the finer sand.
Just let it drip.
Okay, thank you guys very much. Okay, next group.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this for theirs.
You guys need this sand?
You guys can come over.
One at a time.